the Juliana one, and she is talking about bread and when they were first together. I'm just going to try and, like, scoot through here. Oh, 9:30 is not too bad. Like, yesterday we were on here for 3.5 hours, and it went so fast. Like, I didn't even realise. I looked down and I was like, oh, my God, what the fuck? I need to chill. So, yeah, they might still bleed. Like, I can't make any promises. But it was an interesting one. I just don't know how far back I have to go to find it. It was back with, oh God, I've got Googled photos, and I tell ya, I have to go back so far to find everything. No. It is 1:45 my time, and it is on the 9th today. Fuck, how did I just lose that? I'm so bad. Ooh. I'm sorry about the connection, guys. I'm so going to have to watch any actual videos of ear picking. No thanks. I'm going to make a TikTok out of it, and I'll just, like, really, I'm going to narrow it down for you guys to really see what went on and where she got in there, because it was pretty bad. It was really bad. It was, like, in the nose, then back in the ear, and then it was, like scratching the side of her face, and then she was, like, tonguing it, and I was like, oh, I don't know if I can take this any longer. It was, yeah, a little bit much. I'm just trying to find this video. There was one that Juliana did where she was, like, on live with her friend Alyssa. That's not it. And it goes for 20 minutes. Where are you? I will find it. Give me 2 seconds. Oh, it's around here somewhere. Julie and Alyssa and them saying they didn't want to be on live anyway. I got some of it, but I'd have to go back and find the freaking thing. Okay, I know it's definitely on here. Oh, here it is. Finally, I found it. Oh my God, so much shit to go through. Okay. What is Discord server? Someone explain it to me, because people are always saying you need to get Discord, and I'm like, I don't know what that is. I have no idea what that is. I wonder, I'm going to have to play it on my other phone to you guys. I don't know, what is it? Like, what is a Discord server? Is it kind of like a chat thing or something? Or is it like Telegram? How loud is my chair though, honestly? I need to make a sandwich, I think. So it's kind of like Skype, but more for streaming. Oh. That's cool. Like Periscope, I guess. Hey, Jade. You missed the coconut stuff, but we are going to listen to a Yuli video now. And you missed a couple of stories that I'm probably going to regret sharing tomorrow. You know me. You can do voice or video and invite multiple people and stream videos, etc. That's cool. I might have to look into that. I mean, I sort of like got the Instagram one this way because it's easier just to put the film like straight onto YouTube, if that makes sense. Yeah, but it's a tough one. All right, let me just start this video. This is like Juliana talking about her bad judgment, and like obviously we know that's true. I have to turn it right up. Is it gonna work?
On your forehead, I'd be like, go off, queen.
Okay.
If you love that,
sorry.
So do not listen to me. I'm just talking for y'all do. If you send me pictures tomorrow and you got your man's name tattooed on your forehead, I'd be like, go off, queen. If you love that man, go off. The worst person to get advice from. Actually, that's not true. I'm really great at advice, just not taking my own. That's the problem with me, is I can give really good advice, but I don't take my own. Does he ever watch your lives? He only watches my lives from the hate pages. And yeah, I get cussed out all the time. All the time.
I really don't think that Brett is on any of the pages. I think he follows Juliana from a fake account and she just can't work out which one it is. Because she says that she has him blocked on Instagram. Who has their own husband blocked on Instagram so they can shit talk them? Like, that makes no sense to me at all. It's kind of weird. But I mean, she's so easy to go on the page. Like, so many people have already been deleted and they just get back on the page fairly easily. I mean, he could have all of his siblings on her page watching all of it and they could be telling him what she said. I don't know. Like, the only thing I can think he has access to is obviously the YouTube. He has access to the YouTube, but I just don't think he's on our page.
Stop, Erin. You're done. You're done. I more so get mad when I talk about other people, like other men. I love you too, Jamal.
So the comments are, wait, I'm sorry, Brett follows the hate pages with the dead face. The fact that he watches those pages is not okay. Girl, the fact that you're on here saying all the things that she says about Brett is okay. Like, watching what someone else says about you and actually saying those things are two different things. Like, stop it.
Yeah, exactly. I give really good advice. I just don't take my own. I just don't apply it to my own life. But the tattoo thing, like, y'all don't hold me to that, because if I fall in love again, shit, I'm going to attract so many narcissists when I'm finally free, because I'm going to be so fragile, and they're going to love bomb me, and I'm going to have 50 different men's names tattooed on me because I'm going to fall for it. I'm going to be like, oh my god, but he said he wanted to marry me a weekend. I got his name tattooed on the inside of my nostril, so you know it's real. So you really can't take me seriously. How many times have I said that I'm gonna be done with Brett and then I took him back? Y'all are coming to me for advice?
Nobody takes you seriously.
Right idea, wrong bitch. But we're getting there, so no worries. We are getting there, indeed. Fucking dictionary. Yes, ma'am.
So one girl says that her husband wants her to get tattooed, and she's like, I don't know. She's like, we've been together for almost 11 years, and we've been together on and off since we were 11. She's 22. You spend half your life with the same dude on and off, and you still haven't learnt your lesson. This is the quality of followers that Juliana has. You know what I mean? This is why she has these followers, because none of them are going to judge her, because they all do dumb shit too.
Listen, it's not a Four Loko. Those kill me. It's a White Claw.
I'll save it for you, Jade.
Y'all, if I were to find the love of my life, I don't even think you guys understand what I would do for that man. And that's probably why God hasn't let me find anybody else, because he's like, can we work on the shit you're already in, Juliana? Like, can you kind of like close that chapter first? Because when I find somebody that I think is it, they become everything to me. And
This girl just wrote, I thought your lover was the love of your life. Ha ha.
Would be willing to give my fucking lungs for them. I don't think that's very healthy. You know? So if I met a man that I thought was the love of my life and we were soulmates, like, he could probably tell me, like, you need to rob this bank for me. And you need to shoot the security guard and kill them right in the fucking face. And I'd be like, alright, baby, I got you. So that's probably why God's making me wait. You know?
This is why she gets so mad that I share this stuff, because she's still with Brett, but she's talking about how she's on the lookout for someone else and God's making her wait. Like, God's not making you wait. You're staying with Brett when you don't want to be with him. Like, do you want to be with him or do you not want to be with him? Like, you're telling Brad one thing and then you're telling your followers another thing, and then you're wondering why he's getting confused and he's getting upset about it because he's not being, you're not communicating to him.
Like, I get a little bit too into it. I'm like, they're willing to give me the same thing. I don't see this problem. Period. No, like, seriously, that's, like, when me and Brad first got together, there was nothing that I wouldn't do for that man because I thought he was so fucking cool. Like, I remember we were supposed to go to the movies and he came outside walking and he had this gun and he was like, can you put this in your purse? And I was like, sure. That shit wasn't fucking right. You're not even allowed to have a gun. Aren't you out on bond? Didn't you just get shot? Yeah. I didn't give a fuck. He'd be like, count these pills for me, babe. Okay. Like, I don't give a shit when I'm in love. When I'm in lust. Because it was most definitely the dick. It was nothing else. So don't ask me for shit. Don't take a word that I say seriously, because I'm probably going to be saying something different tomorrow. You know? God's still working on me.
So all these girls are saying, like, I had the same thing happen to me, same thing happened to me. Another one's like, I was the same with my ex, even though he was a complete piece of shit. I delivered coke with him at 18 with a laughy face. That's not funny. It's not funny. Like, why do you think that these are, like, things that you're going to bond over? Being irresponsible and doing stupid shit. We all do dumb shit when we're younger, but we shouldn't really be laughing so much about stuff like that. And, like, it's fine, what you're doing is fine. I don't know. I just can't see it how they can see it. Like, yeah, we've all done real dumb shit when we were younger. And sometimes, yeah, you can laugh about it and say, this happened. But you don't, like, hold on to that and then use it to justify shit thing other people are doing. And, I mean, her followers hold her on some sort of a pedestal for sharing this stuff because they're like, oh, well, maybe my life isn't that messed up. And they don't have to take accountability for the dumb stuff they've done because it's like, oh, well, she's done it too and she's fine. No problem, like, whatever.
Stella's just sleeping in the back. And then when I got arrested with Brad, that shit was so fucked up. Like, if you really think about it, it's a hide, banana ice. Like, I did nothing wrong. He got set up. He got set up on a drug bust. We were supposed to be apartment shopping, and this guy called him, and he was like, I'm at Dick's Sporting Goods. And I told Brad, I said, my stomach hurts. Can we go home? Can you drop me off? I told him so many times my stomach hurts. You want to know why? It was that intuition. Yeah, I already knew some slimy shit was going down. And he was like, babe, let me just run up here real quick and go to the mall and make this play. And I'm like, my stomach fucking hurts. I don't feel good. I literally was like, I don't feel good. Like, something's wrong. And he was like, just lay down in the back seat. He got set up, okay? What ended up happening was the guy that set him up, Brad turned around. My best friend was sitting next to me. She walked free, mind you. And he hands me the pills. And he's like, count out 50 of them. I'm like, okay. Something in my head said, bitch, bend over. Bend the fuck over. Yes, I went to jail. Bend over and count these on the floor. That's the only thing that saved my ass that day. I put the pills on the floor and bent over, so all the cameras that were watching couldn't see me count the pills. The only reason I got in more trouble is because I put the leftover ones in the door. I handed him the pills, and I was like, and I literally said, I don't feel good, something's wrong, right before, boom. The person that was driving the undercover that was spying on us, they came from all directions, mind you. The person that was driving the one behind us that hit the fucking rental car, it was her first day on the job. Bitch, you don't even know how to drive. You got that excited you have to hit the shit. We went flying forward. Next thing I know, I'm being ripped out of the vehicle. They all had masks on. They have guns in our faces. My shirt was ripped. My titties were out. I'm on the floor. Because they opened the door that way, all those extra pills that I had in the door fell before I did. I fell on top of them. So I'm laying there on top of a bunch of fucking pills. So that's the only thing that got me in trouble, because then they started questioning me and they're like, where'd those pills come from? They were on top of you, they were on your person. And I was like, I don't fucking know. That's what I said. And when they brought me in, they let my friend go, and I was like, really, Maggie? Maggie, are you on here? Do you remember that day? I was like, this is so fucked up. Why does she get to go home and I can't?
There is a girl that talks on this live all the time, and her name, I think, is Maggie. It might be like Maggie.live, and I'm actually wondering if it's the same girl, because I do remember Juliana following her back or something. There was one of those girls that Juliana followed back, and you don't know, because like people are always in your inbox and they're like, oh, you know, I hate her, can't stand her, blah, blah, blah. But like in reality, they're just trying to get the dirt and get on the page to send her stuff. And so you really don't know if, you know, they are friends or not. But I have a sneaking suspicion, but that's the girl she's talking about. I don't know, I could be wrong.
Because I was on top of the pills. So they were like, who did those belong to? And I'm like, I don't know. So when they were talking to me, they're like, you know, you're just a piece of meat to him, right? Like, you know, he doesn't care about you. You know, he's in there saying that everything was yours. And I'm like, I don't care what you say. I'm not talking. So they're like, does he own a gun? I was like, I don't know. And they're like, you're literally going to get in trouble. We're going to charge you if you don't talk. And I was like, I'm not saying anything. You dumb bitch. You're so dumb. You could have went home that day. These people had to call my grandparents, and they're like, hi, Tom. Yeah, we're here at the Brevard County Jail. Your daughter is about to be booked in because she was just involved in a drug bust with a well-known gang leader and drug dealer out of Fellsmere. Yes. You guys can bond her out if you want to. My grandparents didn't even know I had a fucking boyfriend. Yeah, they were pissed.
When I listened to this, it made me laugh because, like, she's talking about how, you know, a well-known gang leader and drug dealer. And, like, you know, usually, like, you see, you know, they try and make out, like, you know, gang leaders and they're, like, big and tough and scary and stuff. And then you have Brad, who is probably, like, the most feminine-looking man that you see. You know, he's got, like, the long nails and he's always looking pretty. I don't know if it's because, like, Juliana's filters slip and go on him and it makes him look pretty. But, like, when I see that and people are, like, saying, you know, Juliana's saying that he was a gang leader, I just picture your gang leaders being, like, grown men, like, riding those little trikes down the street, you know, the one, the pink bikes with the basket on the front and, like, the streamers or something. Like, I just can't imagine, like, associating Brad with gang leader. I don't know. It just made me...
Nope. Leave me in there. The judge let me out, though. So, let me out on this probation shit. I had to call every single day, and if they said the color scarlet, I had to drive 45 minutes to drug test on spot. Yeah, so I didn't tell on him. Got 5 years probation for...
Everyone's like, you're no snitch. Like, girl, you're not a snitch. Oh my God.
Shit, it wasn't even anything to do with me. They had been watching Brett for fucking months waiting to set him up. I just happened to be there. But the good thing was, there was like 30 pills in that door. And because I got charged with them, he didn't get charged with them. He only got charged for the ones he sold that day. So if it wasn't for me, Patrika, you would have gotten double the fucking prison time, bitch.
Who remembers a few years ago when we put her pictures, like her probation pictures up, and we're talking about like drug dealers and stuff, and she was like, I had nothing to do with that. I was in the car, I didn't even know that he was doing that. I was just sitting in the car, I had no idea that he was dealing drugs. And now she's sitting here saying she counted the pills out for him. Which one is it?
Is he grateful? No, he's not. He got 3 years in prison. They just don't make them like me anymore, you know what I'm saying? So the next time that shit happens, I'm gonna be singing like a fucking bird. I met him at a trap house. I met him at a trap house because my friends wanted weed. They wanted weed.
I bet he wishes he did get the double time now. I mean, honestly, he's just given himself like a nightmare of a lifetime of jail time. You know what I mean? Like, he's with Juliana, they've got 4 kids. He's never getting out. He's not going to be able to go anywhere.
And one of the girls had a big crush on him, and she was like, he's so fine, he's so hot. This guy I get weed from is so fine. So I was like, all right, well, let's go. So we went there, and when I saw him, I was like, damn. So he was trying to talk to me, and I was being such a bitch to him. Like, he was like, what's your name? And I didn't say shit. He's like, how old are you? And I didn't say shit, which that right there should have been a fucking red flag. I feel like those questions alone should have been a red flag. I didn't say shit. I just was not answering him. I was just sitting there on stupid because I was like, yeah, you're fine, but like, I'm fucking scared right now. I'm literally in a trap house. I don't smoke weed like my friends do. I don't do anything but drink fucking cheap ass beer because that's all I can afford. So I was just like, he's like, oh, this one's playing hard to get. I like that. And when he said that, I was already hooked. Fucking waterworks. I'm like, So then, I got into the car and he like helped me in the car and he like squeezed my hand. So when we left, the girls were just talking about like, one of the girls really liked him and she wanted to like hang out with him and stuff. And I was kind of getting mad because I was like, I feel like I kind of want that. I never said that I was a good person, mind you. I never said I was a good person. Exactly, Chelsea. So when I was hanging out with him again one night, she invited him over and she was like, I want to hang out with them. Well, I already had a booty call with the guy that I was hooking up with that night, but what the fuck did I ask? I asked Brett to borrow something. I think it was a lighter. I was getting ready to leave, so he came over with his friend to hang out with those two. And I was kind of mad because I was like, So anyways, I had a booty call that night and I was getting ready to go meet up with him, so I was getting ready to leave and I went outside and no, he followed me outside and asked for a lighter. And so I was like, here. And so I gave him the lighter and then we exchanged numbers. And when I left, I texted him and I said, I want you to leave there right now. And he said, why? And I said, because you belong to me or some shit like that. And then, so I ended up hanging out with him that night. Why are my fucking kids outside? Why is Cecilia out here? And Zen. So, I told him that I wanted him to leave her house. Because he belonged to me. Very ballsy, Juliana. So then he did, and we ended up hanging out, and we were together every single day since then. I think that's how that happened. I don't really remember. I know there was a lighter involved. No, this is what happened. She wanted him to come over. That was one night he asked me for a lighter and he was like flirting with me out there, but I wasn't having it because I really wanted to go to my booty call.
Mom, Daddy's been leaning and the kids are sleeping and then he has a poopy diaper and she smells bad.
Wake your dad up. That's ridiculous.
So no, this is about Bread when she was first with Bread. She just talked about how she got arrested and their relationship. And now Cecilia's come out and said that Zinnia has a poopy diaper and Bread's asleep.
Wake him up. Yeah, come here.
Like, I'm on live. Your dad's asleep. Go and wake him up because that's way more important than her just going in and changing her own child's diaper.
I can't remember. This was like literally 11 years ago. No. So that night, it's actually funny. It's actually fucked up how I did this. Wake him up. Yes. Huh? No. Go inside and tell your dad. Go inside and tell your dad. So that was the first night he was there. Okay, let me backtrack a little bit. They invited them to come over. They came over. He followed me outside pretending like he was asking for a fucking lighter. Like, you literally smoke cigarettes and you don't have a lighter on you, but I gave him my lighter. And I was still at that point playing hard to get because I wanted to go meet up with my booty call. That man looked like Reggie Bush, the guy that I was going to see. He was so fucking fine. Anyways, I was still acting like playing hard to get. The next time I was hanging out with my friends, she wanted them to come over again. And her phone was about to die, or it died. And I was like, call him off of my phone. This is what happened. I was like, call him off of my phone. You can use my phone. My phone's charged. So she went to call him, but he didn't answer. I have a Michigan number, so he's a drug dealer. He's fucking paranoid. He's not going to answer a number he doesn't know. So he didn't answer either times that she called. So once she was like, well, if he calls back, just let me know and we'll invite them over. I go outside to smoke a cigarette. I text him. I was like, hey, it's Juliana. Like, don't come here. She wants you to come over. Like, let's just hang out tonight. That's what it was. And he was like, bet, come over. And after that, we were together every single day. So did I steal him from...
This kind of shows what type of friend she is, though. Like, I understand if he's not interested in that other girl, that's all well and fine. Like, stuff's going to take over between them, you know what I mean? Like, the other girl is obviously interested. Brad's not interested. He's interested in Juliana. But do you really have to message and say, like, she wants you to come over, but don't come over, this is happening? Like, that is, like, it is super sly. And, yeah, slimy. Exactly. I just feel like it's so gross. Like, I'm pretty sure they could have, like, furthered their relationship without lying to a friend and being sneaky.
My friend, yeah. Was she really my friend? Probably not. Do I give a shit? No, because I ended up paying for that shit times 1,000. So that's the story on how we got.
And now the friend would be sitting back and going, ha ha ha, fuck, I dodged a bullet. I don't want to have anything like this. Like, I don't want to be in a relationship like this. Imagine looking back and realizing that could have been her life.
Together. And also, to my defense, these girls talked mad fucking shit about me, and I never knew about it until after the fact, so I don't feel bad at all, actually.
So you didn't know about it until after the fact, so you were just being slimy, and now you don't feel bad, but at the time, you didn't even know that they were talking shit about you. What?
Stop.
She just told Cecilia to go away.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. No, they call him Bread because he had a super yellow skin tone when he was little, so they called him Cornbread, and they called his sister Jiffy. And Bread just stuck. My child is on the fucking roof of my Jeep right now. Do y'all hear that?
So she's sitting in her car, and her child is on the roof of her Jeep. I think it paused when that happened. Let me just go back a little bit.
The roof of my Jeep right now.
Hold on.
Do y'all hear that? And Bread just stuck. My child is on the fucking roof of my Jeep right now. Do y'all hear that?
And she just taps on the roof.
Y'all hear her? Where is she? Zen. She does not sleep. The kid doesn't sleep.
Zinni is on the roof, so
And
the
this
little
morning
one.
when I took her to her school,
Isn't she only like
I was
3?
like, have you guys cut off her naps? And they're like, we can't get her to stop napping. I'm like, keep her up. She's not sleeping at home. I'm never having kids. Fucking period. She's literally dancing on the front of my Jeep right now. And Cecilia's standing here mad. So I'm going to have to go inside. But it's been fun. It is 10. I should go to bed. I have to be up at 6:50. Zen, stop!
Yeah, she's sitting on the top of the Jeep with a full nappy of shit.
What?
I was kind of hoping she'd just take it off and just smushed it all down the front of the windscreen or something.
Why is she up right now? She's always been a terrible sleeper. Always, but never this bad. Like, she'll stay up till 1. And her school's like, oh yeah, she's our best napper. Like, she's the first one to fall asleep and she's out. I'm like, stop letting her do that. She's not sleeping out. What? No, I'm coming in. So yeah, fun stuff. Alright, guys. I'm gonna have to go. It's been real. It's been fun. You what?
I pooped.
You pooped?
Yes.
Oh, wonderful. I'm proud of you.
That's poop milk.
Your stomach turned into poop milk?
I don't want to eat.
Okay, babe. Alright, good night. Say good night. She said good night, booty. Alright, love y'all.
Right. So there you go. She just, I don't know. She can't keep up with the lies to begin with. Like, I remember very, very well posting about, you know, her being a drug dealer with Brett or whatever. And she literally wrote back and said, my husband is a drug dealer. She's like, I'm not a drug dealer. My husband is a drug dealer. And she was like, I had no idea that it was going on. I was just sitting in the car. I did nothing wrong. I had no idea. And now she's told the story that she was counting out 50 pills for him. Like, what? Do you forget that you've already told that lie? Like, I don't know. But yeah, so Cecilia comes out to the truck anyway and says to her that Zinnia had a poopy diaper. This is crazy too. Like, Brett's asleep. She's in her Jeep out the front and her kids are inside with no one supervising them. Like, who's watching them? Cecilia. You can't leave Cecilia to watch your kids. So she comes out and she's like, you know, Dad's asleep and Zinnia has a poopy diaper and no one will go to sleep and all of this and that. And she's like, go and wake him up. Like, what? Like, it is 10 o'clock at night. He's obviously got to work. She's out in a Jeep. Like, you're awake. Why aren't you doing it? Don't say you're sitting there doing work on a live, because you're not. So, is it that hard for her to get off live and go and change her baby's butt instead of waking her husband up to do it? What? I don't know. And then literally, Zinnia, who's 4 years old, is on the top of her Jeep while she's on live, and she's just left her there. Like, what if she fell off and broke her leg or fell off and broke her arm? What? I know, it's really frustrating. And then every day she goes on there and goes, I can't understand why they called CPS on me. Like, people called CPS on you fucking years ago. And that was after the pool incident. No one's worried about doing it since then because she gets herself in enough trouble that the police have called CPS on her and had her reported anyway. But, like, this kind of behaviour is not acceptable. Like, you can't have a child that age climbing, like, you know, normally if someone came out and was like, oh my God, my child's on my car, you'd be like, oh, and you jump out of the car and you grab them down real quick and be like, you know, you can't do that. It's really dangerous. It's a bad idea to do that. You know, redirect them inside where they're safe. You don't just sit there and be like, nah, you know what I mean, whatever. I don't know. Drove me crazy. Anyway, that's it for this live. I think we've been on here for like 2 hours again. So, but I just thought I might as well just chuck them both in the 2 in case there's another one out tomorrow. I have like quite a few I want to go back over, but we just haven't been able to do that yet. But there's some that I've just saved on YouTube that I want to do lives on so that we can resave it and then take the old one off so that there's no copyright issues on it because we're using our picture instead of like their picture sort of thing. But anyway, I'm going to jump off. I know I'm really behind on subs. I'm going to try and catch up when I can. I just have a couple of things I need to do around the house and do some paperwork for my kids' school and sporting and stuff. And then I'll get on and try and get some more subs done. I've been running like consistently 3 days behind. Like I get 1 day caught up and then I've been a bit crap. So I'll do what I can. Yeah, so April just said, yeah, and then she changed it to she was a drug dealer and bred cop charges so she wouldn't get in trouble. I know. It's always a different story. But anyway, I'll jump off now. I'll catch you guys later on TWT 5.0.